And we're back. I think we're back. I hope we're back. Gotta figure out some other stuff here. Let's see. Make sure my other commands actually work in here. Okay, running that properly. Okay, here we go. Right. Get the fuel topped off. Not that we're taking this ship anyway. And my throttle isn't responding. That would be why things were kind of funny. Let's try that and see what happens. Okay, that checks out. That. Turn this on. Run this. And there was a compilation error in my throttle script. That would be part of the reason, maybe. Alright, let's shut that down. Come on, guys, this isn't rocket science. Well, it's kind of rocket science, but you know what I mean. Okay, target, script editor, load it. Target, script editor. Oh, there was a Windows update last night. And it reset all my permissions. Compile successful. Hey, I got control over my stick and my hardware again. There we go. Reset all my permissions, and that's right. Anyway, where were we? Shopping trip. That's where we were. Come on. There you go. Lights. Alex, lights on. Lights on.
Lights on.
Thank you. Alright. Galaxy map.
Displaying map.
Now we're in business. Now we're cooking. Okay, we're heading for Wolf 397. To go pay a visit to Todd McQuinn. Plenty of fuel in the tank. Make sure we got the right updates in here. Elda! Hello again. Good to see you too. How you doing? Let's pull up my chat box so I can actually see chat. There we go. Okay, what are we packing on board here right now? We're gonna need to get maybe 2 more guns on this thing. We will see. Yep, we are missing two weapons here. That's one of them. Oh, I'm doing alright. Just waking up. Well, that's a lie. Getting back from doing some errands and making sure the cats don't tear the place apart. We got a Hank. And really, if there was ever a time that I needed Hank to not be a Hank, it would be now. Also, probably caffeinated to the gills and beyond, so, you know. Yes, set fire group reminder. Because I didn't just put those guns down. No, no, no. Okay, fuel transfer limpets, check. Let's get some limpets on board. So I like to outfit the ship just in case for any kind of pirate activity I may run across, any kind of ships in distress. Crew lounge. Okay, who's available? Melanie, you're on deck. Okay, full tank of gas. Maps in the glove box. One more thing. Let's see if my head tracker wants to work now that I've got my proper scripting software up. Alright, we're good to go. Eight jumps out. Not the greatest in the world, but actually pretty good for a Conda. My jump range on this thing. 29 to 31 light years. I'll take it. Gear up.
Landing gear raised.
Withdrawn. Departure authorized.
Oh yeah, Anaconda. High cockpit versus low cockpit. Okay, everybody close your eyes. You did not see that happen. That didn't happen. That was swamp gas reflecting off a weather balloon and bouncing me into the mail slot. Initiate jump sequence on my mark.
Okay.
Mark.
Preparing for jump.
Oh, you're gonna do this to me, aren't you, Alex? Alright. Galaxy map.
Galaxy map.
We gotta reroute, because I changed... There we go. It's still 8 jumps, isn't it? That's 9 jumps. It wouldn't be a road trip without some kind of hitch. System map.
System map.
30 new objects. Can't believe I haven't been here before.
Fuel scooping complete.
You know, they say the 2.4 update's going to speed up the system map and things too. I'd like to see that. 42,000 light seconds to the nearest stations. Activating Nope Drive. Nope factor, screw this. Oops, sorry Hank, didn't mean to scare you there. I know I'm interfering with your valuable hanking time. I turn away from the microphone to cough, and he jumps. You ever seen a bowling ball jump? You ever felt a bowling ball jump? It ain't pretty. It ain't quiet either.
Fuel scooping.
Hey, we got unknown space ahead of us.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
More profit. Excellent, glad to hear it. Now, when you say rigging, do you mean like, what do I want to say? Heavy lift objects, stuff like that? Or talking like the naval rigging with like sailboats? I'm really bad at terminology here, so... Gotcha, yeah. You know, even mentioning the moving of TV sets just almost gives me a retroactive hernia. Had to help a friend out once. Well, I didn't have to, but, you know, that's how you know you got a friend.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Gotcha. Alright. I see. Planning. I like it. No, I was helping Commander Bourgeois Stalker out a few years back, moving from his apartment. And moving into his apartment. God, I hated that apartment. Anyway, yeah, a flat screen HD TV, first generation flat screen TV. So this thing was still running a CRT, which made it approximately as heavy as Congress. A tiny little, you know, narrow staircase. Hauling that thing with, you know, my knees and legs in imminent danger of telescoping into my armpits.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Ah, memories. Yep, it was a proper nightmare.
Fuel scooping.
Already honked the horn, may as well honk it again just in case they added more planets or something, I don't know. But no, this is Gunsight 1. This is the flagship of the Narvert System Defense Fleet. At least I'm saying it's the flagship, and I haven't seen anybody willing to contradict me on it yet, so it's a flagship. Twitch beta? I know not of what you speak. What's going on, iMage? So this sucker, this condo, when I get it rigged up with Todd McQuinn, it's going to basically be a much bigger version of the Anaconda that of the Fer-de-Lance that I fly. Some weird update on the Twitch website. Well, I didn't get a memo. You'll have to write a strongly worded counter memo.
Fuel scooping.
Hello, Lord Hafnar. The stream has been going for approximately 17 minutes
Fuel scoop.
and 4 seconds. Approximately. Pull up a seat. Grab a drink. Or grab a seat and pull up a drink, you know. Just going out on a shopping trip. I'm gonna go visit Todd McQuinn. See what we can do about upgrading some guns. Much like a wizard, you arrive at precisely the time you need to.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Also in happy elite news, my favorite speed shop is no longer under blockade. Yes, I've refueled my biosystems. Hopefully I don't have to purge them. Ugh. Anyway, let's not go into that. I've also got a couple of crazy cats running around. And they are not helping with the spaceship, even though they are supposed to be. Lazy beasts. Well, you got a good point there. Now, how did I get on approach so fast here? That just won't do. Well, it might do once, but only once, and then I'm no longer a ship, I am an inhabitant of a shiny brand new crater.
Orbital flight engaged.
Litho braking only works if your ship is unmanned and armored and probably a bomb. Or a rock with a seat on it. That is also true. Todd, buddy, we gotta talk.
Falcon, Lacey, Kilo, Yankee, Lima, Heavy, automated flight
me.
control protocol initiated. Please submit a request prior to landing.
Falcon to Lacey, Kilo, Yankee, Lima, Heavy, request docking clearance.
As requested.
Docking permission authorized. You may proceed to landing pad 05.
Famous attempts at litho braking. See Tunguska event. Actually, that was aero braking with style. Gear down.
Down and locked.
Oop. Come on, bring it back around. Overshot slightly. Guns, guns,
Docking
guns.
procedure completed. Ship secured. Greetings, Commander.
Okay, no gifts to give to Todd. Too bad. Okay, buddy. So, hear me out. Hear me out here. Huh, I'm only running efficient multi-cannons there. And I'm not running any class 1s. Oh well, they're class 1s. What am I going to do with those? Okay, I've got 2 attempts at grade 5 overcharge, and I've got 2 multi-cannons which need grade 5. So, guess we're going to see what happens. Big money. I'll take that. Now I'm going to adjust it. Alright, now I'm down to grade 4. We're just gonna play with this one a little bit. I've got 1 attempt at... here. One attempt there. No tungsten. No. Okay, modified consumer firmware. What do I need on this thing? I need modified... okay. I just can't use up my zirconium or my conductive polymers. Okay, so I don't want to use that one. Well, 2 attempts here. Depends how common are experimentals without using favors. It depends on the grade. A grade 1 experimental effect is a lot less common than a grade 5 experimental attempt. So now I'm building back up to grade 5 here. Come on. Oh, sure, that one gives me a corrosive shell. Okay, so that's modified. Okay, I'm gonna turn this into one grade 4 short range. And that should give me 5 there. We're charged. Overcharged, here we go. I'm gonna have to stock back up on stuff, but we'll go with what we got right now. It actually lowers my DPS. That is just unfrickin' fortunate. But it's only 2%, and I lose the jitter. So we're going to turn this one into a grade 5 incendiary. Apply it. Alright, there we go. And now, just outfit the 2 smaller guns on this thing, because why not? Oh, hey. I actually am running things. Beam laser turrets. That's pretty good. May as well. Grade 1, or Class 1 multi-cannons aren't going to do much, except expend ammo. Let's see here. If I remember right, Wolf 406 was a good place for some bounty hunting. Hell, I've got a ship here already. Huh. Must be one of those experiments I'd been working on and then kind of forgot. Gear up.
Ship released.
Retracting landing
Departure
modules.
authorized.
Hit it.
Jumping to light speed.
Automated flight control protocol now offline.
What's the new jump
Thank you,
range?
Commander.
Oh, not too bad. I'm still 29 and 31 light years, so I'll take it. Hank, what in the blinkety hell are you? Right then. So, we have a cat toy, an automated, it's called a flick. It's basically a, well, it's shaped like a hockey puck, except it's about the size of a Roomba. And you push a button, and it throws a little string out, and then reels it back in, throws it out, reels it back in. It's a little toy for cats. Hank has managed to reach into the device, unreel the string, and he is now trotting around carrying this thing in his mouth. They're high-intensity resource extraction sites. I'm looking for hazardous resource sites. The high intensity, usually you end up getting shot down by cops when you're throwing this much firepower around. Just one stray shot. One stray shot that just wrecks your day. What am I running on my other modules here? I'm running shield boosters, okay. Resistance augment. Resistance augment. Resistance augment. Okay, so I'm only running 3 shield boosters on this. I'm actually a little underpowered. Right, because the shield boosters I usually use are currently being occupied in my, another high. Alright, we'll deal with it. Currently being occupied in my Federal Corvette. Not horrible, just not maximum. Well, beyond maximum, really, but I could be maximumer. Yes, that's a word. Balance.
Loading configuration.
Maximumist. That's right. Team 4 stars, DBZ abridged. I highly recommend it. It is, you know, it's funny. Yes, they abridged the movie with Broly, whose power was Maximumer. Okay, ice rings, if I remember right. Yep.
Copy, Commander. Initiating telepresence now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Fighter deployed. Awaiting your orders.
Okay, you guys are clean. Yep. I'm betting you're not. Engines.
Power to engines.
Not clean. Set 3-2.
Diverting power to weapons.
Attack my target.
Weapons free. Engage
Orders
the
confirmed.
target.
Engaging target.
Under attack. Target shields offline. Scan detected.
Enemy is eliminated, Commander.
Oh, new shooter, Conda.
Scan detected.
Wait for him to not be pointing his nose at me. Balance.
Diverting power to requested systems.
Attack my target.
Weapons free.
Order confirmed. Engaging target.
Under attack.
He's
Warning.
chaffing, but at this range,
Gaining heat.
doesn't really matter.
Warning. Temperature critical.
And say goodbye to your power plant.
Enemy is eliminated, Commander. All targets destroyed. We're in the clear, Commander.
Attack my target.
Eliminate the threat.
Point me at them, Commander. I'll do the rest.
Yep. Yep, bonked the rock. A little too close.
Target shields offline. Under attack.
Hostile is down.
Yep, you're clean. Alliance Enforcer. You're going to be clean, seeing as this is Edmund's territory. Clean, clean, clean. You... A federal assault ship in here? Pirate. No. I don't know if I've ever seen NPC use torpedoes, and I know I've given torpedoes a couple of experimental tries, but was never too terribly pleased with them.
Scan detected.
Attack my target.
Engaging target.
I hear you loud and clear. Moving to attack position.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Not you. Well, he had shields.
Under attack.
That's not gonna... Stop trying to...
Target cargo dropped.
Hostile
Scan
is down.
detected.
The Cursed Hatred. And yeah, flying on PC is... It's good. Now, the problem is... with all the customization options you have for hardware... you don't want to know how much hardware I've gone through just trying to find a good mix of stuff. And the amount of hardware that just crapped out on me. Okay, you're gone. Flight assist off to roll around on this guy.
Target destroyed. Searching for further contacts.
Target shields
Goodbye.
offline.
Hostile is down.
Well, it's not time consuming, it's money consuming. Okay, you're clean. Alright, gather round, children. Gather round. Time to hear the tale of Trav's hardware here. After we take care of this guy. Attack my target.
Engaging target.
I hear you loud and clear. Moving to attack position.
Target shields offline. Under attack.
Hostile is down. Nothing else showing up on my scanner, Commander. All targets destroyed.
Recall the fighter.
Automated retrieval initiated, Commander.
Alright.
Calling fighter.
So
Door opening.
here's what I was running with. A long time ago. Yeah, dropships should be wearing attack me skins. You know, I am a dropship. Please hijack. Some of them are good for some kind of thing. I don't know yet. Hopefully when we get space legs, they will actually serve as drop ships for troops.
Fighter successfully docked, Commander. Let's get out of here.
But I'm not going to hold my breath too much at the moment. Anyway, so back in the distant mists of time, I had X-Wing Alliance. Bought that in 98, 99. And I had, with that, for my sticks, I had a Gravis Blackhawk, I want to say it was. Picked it up for like 20 bucks at Electronics Boutique. Just a terrible, terrible stick. Drifted all over the place. It had a lifetime of about 100 hours, if that. But the price was right for, well, poor college student. So I went through 2 of those. And then got a Logitech Wingman Extreme 3D Pro. That was a spectacular stick. It had a twist. It had a rudder twist built into it. It had a hat. It had something like 6 buttons and a little built-in throttle. So it was perfect for flying those Star Wars games. Alliance, X-Wing versus TIE Fighter, even the old X-Wing and TIE Fighter games. Just a spectacular stick. And then I decided, hey, you know, I'm kind of liking this space flight thing. I'm liking this computer gaming thing. So I went out with my own money and I bought a Sci-Tech X45 HOTAS. Absolutely beautiful piece of equipment. About as reliable as the universe. It's, Sci-Tech was known for really high quality stuff. More on that later. Foreshadowing. Yeah, more on that later. So, that one stayed with me for a good long time. That one stayed with me until 2014. Survived 3-4 moves with me. 3-4 computers. Something like that. Just, you know, it's definitely not optimized for modern Windows systems, but it was still really good. And it ended up going off to Commander Bourgeois Stalker, actually, when he moved. And I upgraded to a Sci-Tech X52 Pro. Right around the time Elite came out into beta and then open gamma phase. So that's when I bought into Elite, and I decided to upgrade my sticks because, hey, I looked down at the cockpit, and, you know, those sticks are an X52. So I figured, hey, they must know something. They must be optimized for this, so let's grab it. Did that. Let's see here. One moment. I'm kind of curious if my wing can take care of a problem. Nobody here now. Alright, moving on. Grab the X52 Pro, and Commander Niao, my wonderful, wonderful, understanding wife, Commander Niao, wanted into Elite 2. Okay, awesome, wingmate. And I figured, hey, I haven't been using this X52 for very long. She can have it, and then I can upgrade to something bigger, like the X55 Rhino. Again, Sci-Tech. Well, kinda Sci-Tech. You see, Sci-Tech got bought out by Mad Catz. And I didn't know this. And Sci-Tech's build quality went full throttle straight into the heart of a star. Or maybe litho-braked. I'm not sure. Either way, it was crap. It was really crap. It was terrible. Ah, new customer. Attack my target.
Weapons free. Engage the target.
So, she got the X52 Pro. I got an X55. And that X-55 lasted me about 6 months. At which point, the throttle managed to eat itself. The throttle's internal wiring, it managed to saw its way through its own wiring harness, just through the back and forth motion of using the throttle.
Under attack. Target shields offline.
So, my throttle managed to eat itself. I thought, okay, this is, oh yeah, I've got the fighter on board my ship.
Warning.
That would be why it's not shooting anything. Weapons?
Transferring power to weapons.
Not that it matters here. Oh, it gets better. It gets better for a given value of better. I mean, if you like train wrecks, it's definitely going to get better.
Scan detected. Under attack. Target destroyed.
Copy, Commander. Initiating telepresence now.
And let's clear out this data that I got in here that I don't need.
Fighter deployed. Awaiting your orders.
So the X-55 eats itself. I RMA it, send it back. Couple weeks later, I get a, let's see, a rare data. Well, that's true. A couple weeks later, I get back a new X-55. Okay, hooray! You know, I'm told their build quality's better now. Really? Unknown ship signatures. Damn, I should get rid of this. Dope! Hate that. Landed at Farseer, out of wake solutions. Rumbles. So, I get a new X-55. That one lasts me approximately 6 months, at which point I'm coming into a station and there's a fight out there. Okay. Fight outside the station. I go weapons hot. The firing trigger refuses to pull, but the internal switch is stuck on fire. So the trigger is locked out, but the internal switch is full auto. That was an interesting moment. Station security, well, yeah, station security ended up not liking me, which meant the station ended up not liking me. And for a few brief moments, I got to experience the full fury of the sprinkler system of doom. Right. So, contact SciTech. Sorry, Mad Cats. RMA that stick. When can I get a new one? You know, preferably one that works. Like, well, we are currently out of stock. We will send you a new one when we get it into stock. Right. So, seeing the writing on the wall there. Size 5, that's what they call a warning shot. Seeing the writing on the wall, I start researching my own, researching into some new sticks that aren't made by Mad Cats. And come across CH. CH sticks do not look fancy. They are not pretty. But they're pretty good. They, CH makes industrial controllers, industrial joysticks for people like Caterpillar. Or, you know, they do flight sim equipment when you don't need full flight qualified build quality. But they, you know, it's still Caterpillar tested. They just haven't gone through the full military procurement process. So I go with CH. I get a CH fighter stick. I think that's what it was. And a CH throttle. And oh my god, a CH USB throttle is a thing of beauty.
Scan detected.
It's not an over-the-top arc like most throttles are, where it's kind of a swing arm that goes up and over. CH throttles are a linear slider. They just go forward, backward. There's no vertical component to it. The throttle also had an analog joystick on it, which you could tie to your thrusters in Elite. Absolutely amazing. You know, let's bring the fighter back in.
Affirmative. Bringing the fighter in now, sir.
And we're gonna go back to Todd and just turn in some stuff. Okay, so the CH throttle is spectacular. Analog joystick for thrusters. 4 hats on it. Three buttons. Just a great... It was perfect for Elite.
Docked, Commander. Let's get out of here.
Engines.
Transferring power to engines.
And of course, Commander Niao saw this, and she said, I want it. Well, okay. No, she was actually... She hadn't reached that stage yet. Her X-52 Pro was chugging along just fine right up until the throttle detent somehow got jammed inside the workings, and she didn't get full throttle anymore. That was not great. This is when she was out in the middle of the Distant Worlds expedition. She's been to Beagle Point. She's been to the core. I still haven't. One of those things that I really should get back on top of. So she goes in, she disassembles her stick and her throttle, and in her words, the internal construction is appalling. It's tape, it's glue, it's grease, it's a bunch of nylon parts. The X-52 Pro talks about all metal parts, all metal construction, whatever. Don't believe it. All night stream? You know, I could probably... Don't tempt me. I'm thinking about that now. Anyway. Okay, considering that a lot more now. Anyway, she disassembles her throttle, just removes the physical detents, and then runs into a problem where the pots on the throttle, which we didn't know at the time, all we knew was her throttle wouldn't zero anymore. It was running into some really weird excursions. She'd pull the throttle all the way back to 0 and she would still have speed. Or it would randomly start throttling up or throttling down, or just random throttle inputs that she was not commanding. And between the saga of my Mad Cat stuff and her X-52 Pro, she's like, you know what? Screw this. I need some, we need build quality. I couldn't agree more. So she ended up getting my CH throttle, my CH stick. Oh, and CH does not make twist sticks with a rudder twist built in. So we had rudder pedals. So she's got the CH Pro pedals as well. So she's actually got a pretty good, decent cockpit going herself. And I'm left again with no stick.
Orbital flight engaged.
What's a person to do? Well, Commander Niao, being the awesome, wonderful, loving, amazing wife she is, said, pick something that will last. Future-proof it. And that's how I got my hands on a Thrustmaster Warthog. I'm not crazy, I just spent crazy amounts of money on flight hardware. Absolutely spectacular stick, and it doubles as a melee weapon if you really need it to. But long story short, if you're looking for good flight hardware, and I've actually tried out a whole lot of sticks and throttles. The Warthog is not for everybody. It is just expensive as hell. But as a good backup, the Warthog, not Warthog, sorry. Wait for this computer to finish.
Please submit a request prior to landing. Docking permission authorized. You may proceed to landing pad 08.
Gear down.
Gear down.
I would suggest Thrustmaster hardware, though. And the T16000M FCS. Thrustmaster was pretty damn smart about this. They created a throttle, they created a stick, hell, they created rudders. And it is all scalable. You can buy all three in one package. You can buy the throttle and the stick in one package. Or you can buy it all individually. And it's all compatible with their target scripting software. And last I heard,
Procedure completed. Ship secured. Greetings, Commander.
yeah, the HOTAS 4 is a good stick. Believe me, their FCS system, I'm probably doing an ATM machine there. Their T16000M FCS, it's amazing. The throttle is almost identical to the CH throttle. It's a linear slider. It's got an analog hat on it, or an analog stick, except it runs off your index finger instead of your thumb. The stick isn't terribly complicated. It's got 12 buttons. 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 buttons, plus the trigger, plus a hat. So you can just reach down and all the buttons are individually marked, so you can tell which one's which by feel. The stick has a twist built into it, or if you don't like the twist, the throttle has a paddle built into it, so that you can use that as a rudder. I've tried that. I wouldn't recommend it. It gets in the way of the analog stick for the thrusters because you need more index fingers. But an X52 Pro runs something like, I want to say it's north of $200. Even the standard X52, which may or may not be much better build quality because Cytec got bought up after they started pushing out the X52. So I'm not sure if their build quality on the 52 is actually better than the Pro or not, or if later stock got, corrupted, I guess is a good term for it. Let's head back to Narvard. No. Alright, just enter it in. But their T16000, their FCS, runs for around $100. Maybe a little bit more. I think it's like 106 on Amazon. But then that's just the stick and throttle combo. But that is a really good stick and throttle for that price. Okay, turned in with Todd, so maybe I've got a little bit more credit with the guy now. Oh, I'm an ally of the Alliance. Hooray! Gear up.
Landing
Ship
gear up.
released. Departure authorized. Automated flight control protocol now offline. Thank you, Commander.
So that's the great and grand tale of all the flight hardware I've run. Some various peripherals that I've tried. The Thrustmaster Cougar MFDs, little multifunction displays. Those are really handy. They're good if you're trying to get a flight sim, an authentic kind of cockpit going. They're also programmable and can interact with the other controls on other Thrustmaster products, which is kind of neat. But they are, they cost. Whereas if you have, what is it, Rocat Power Grid, if you have an Android or an iDevice laying around, iPad, iPhone, whatever, or Android phone, Android tablet, you can get Power Grid, and it's a free program, and you can create your own touchscreen control systems for your ship. And I used that a lot right up until I got a Vive, HTC Vive, and then I couldn't, you know, trying to run a flat panel touchscreen while in VR just doesn't work that well. Go figure. I don't run VR when I'm streaming. It's a little too disorienting.
Fuel scooping.
My head motions right now, I've even got my head tracker turned off. Head motions would just be, I think, a little too disorienting for a viewer. I mean, it makes perfect sense to the person wearing the headset, but it doesn't work out so well for the people watching. But, yeah, with, and preparing for VR. Good idea. Yeah, guess who's going through the cabinets looking for an old phone first thing tomorrow? Honestly, Power Grid is a great program, and it's fairly user-friendly, fairly intuitive. But no, it works really well, and you can program in various commands, and strings of commands, so I was able to get an auto landing setup going with that, which was nice. But no, when I started prepping my system for VR, that's when I moved over to Voice Attack. And Commander Niao, she even uses Voice Attack more than Power Grid, and she doesn't have VR, but you know, Voice Attack is just that much more, you know, it's easier, less clutter on the desk. Also, it's kind of neat that you can get various voice packs from HCS voice packs. I've got Alex, who is the actress that does the voice of Alex, also did the computer voices for Star Citizen, which I prefer over Elite's computer. Just personal preference. And then, yeah, Power Grid probably won't work with PS4.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
But, yeah, I've got Alex, and Niao has Eli, who's voiced by John Delancey, in all of his smart-ass glory. Entering into a station. Oh, don't forget to put the landing gear down this time. You know, very snide, condescending, and yet, you know, well, you don't get John Delancey for the cuddly feels. They've got other voices out there. They got Tom Baker, the Fourth Doctor, Paul Darrow, who was in Blake 7, Brian Blessed, who's, well, he's Brian Blessed. The man whose voice you can hear 10,000 miles away on a clear day. William Shatner, Brent Spiner. Knew a couple people that were hoping to get, you know, hoping that, oh, damn. I'm gonna mangle her name. Shorish Agdashlu. Gordon Ramsay voice back would be pretty good. But no, the actress, she played, plays. I've not watched enough of The Expanse lately. I've forgotten her name. She's the Earth Senator. The one who just, you know, gives no fucks. Actually, I went to Gearbox, Borderlands 2. They've got a voice pack of, oh, there's supposed to be ringtones and alert noises for a bunch of Borderlands characters. But they they work beautifully for voice attack, and at some point I am going to take the entire sound library I've got of Mr. Torg and turn that into a voice attack profile. Because Mr. Torg High Five Flexington would be awesome to have as a computer voice. And he's already pre-programmed to like explosions, though he hates lasers. Claptrap? Let's see here. 5-minute timeout. Get out. Now, Mr. Torg or Moxie. Those would be good ship voices. Yes, you can get Claptrap in there too, but then Claptrap. You know, Mr. Torg would actually like my multi-cannon setup, I think. No lasers. Well, a couple of small, tiny beam lasers, but I'll just tell him those are gun sights.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
Yeah, I'm joking. I'm not gonna kick anybody for suggesting Claptrap. No, pretty relaxed rules here. Pretty relaxed rules. Don't be a dick. Don't be a dick, we'll get along just fine.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
And for anybody new, anybody joining in, a proper introduction, I guess. Mr. Moo here. Space and sci-fi streamer here. Just kind of poke around Elite Dangerous, maybe, well, maybe Star Citizen once I get that up and running for my sticks. Hell, maybe some old X-Wing, go old school. But what's on the agenda today? Just kind of, well, I did my upgrades for my multi-cannons. So this ship is properly fully armed now. And then probably defending Narvert a little bit from pirates, make some cash here, because also the Errantry Alliance, we're at 63%. I'd like to up that a little bit. And a good proper test of the new multi-cannon setup on this thing. I'm running 2 Class 1 turreted beam lasers. I think they're running efficient mods. Or they're just turreted Class 1 beam lasers, because whatever. I'm running Class 2 efficient multi-cannons. Those are gimbaled. Running 2 of those. I'm running 3 Class 3 Grade 5 overcharged multi-cannons running incendiary ammo. The Class 2s are running incendiaries as well. And then I'm running a Class 4 Grade 5 overcharged corrosive multi-cannon. And we've got a customer.
Copy, Commander. Initiating telepresence now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Not you. Balance.
Ready and waiting,
Power
Commander.
balanced.
Scan detected.
Attack my target.
Weapons free.
Copy. Enemy sighted. Moving to engage.
Under attack.
Well, you didn't really need that power plant too much, did you?
Scan detected.
Or that hole?
Scan detected.
Hostile is down.
Attack my target.
Eliminate the threat.
Copy. Enemy sighted. Moving to engage.
Target shields offline. Under attack.
Hostile is down.
Attack my target.
Engaging target.
I hear you loud and clear. Moving to attack position.
Oh, crap, buddy. Looks like you're fresh out of friends.
Hostile is down. All targets destroyed. We're in the clear, Commander.
Engines.
All power to engines.
Anybody else? Ah. Light fight in the distance. Keelback, what did you get yourself into here, buddy? Attack my target.
Eliminate the threat.
I hear you loud and clear.
Weapons.
Moving to attack position.
Configuring for attack.
Target shields offline.
Target destroyed. Searching for further contacts.
Easy money when you got this level of engineering and stuff. Engines.
Max engines.
Make sure I'm not going to go drifting into a rock when I'm flight assist off like this. Okay, you're mining. Alright, who are you? You're a federal assault ship, so I doubt you're mining. Attack my target.
Weapons free. Engage
Order
the target.
confirmed. Engaging target.
Balance.
Redistributing power.
One more, and then... I don't know what we're gonna do. Got some ideas, maybe.
Under attack.
Dual
Warning.
plasma
Thermal
cannons.
attack. Gaining heat.
How'd that work out for you?
Warning. Temperature critical.
Warning.
Taking heat damage.
Bah. Come on, you. Recall the fighter.
Yes, Commander. Docking fighter immediately.
Crew, return at once.
Set 2-1.
Door opening. Loading. Requested configuration.
Yeah, and actually the shields on this are not as good as they could be. I think I'm I'm running 2 or 3 shield boosters short. I've got 3 resistance augmented shield boosters. Usually I like to run at least 1 thermal resistant and 1 heavy duty shield booster as well. And thermal resistant shields. And that just sucks up laser energy like nobody's business. Am I going too fast for you, little Taipan? I need to upgrade the fighter to something else.
Fighter successfully docked, Commander. Let's get out of here.
Oh, yeah, glad to be of service. That mixture of shielding and shield boosters is just... It's not the raw megajoules in the shields. It's... They just ignore energy. Beautiful thing. Okay, can I get properly set up here? Can I get a proper approach? Survey says yes. Yes, I can. Mega jewelry.
Delacey, Kilo, Yankee, Lima. We look forward to receiving you at this station, Commander. Please follow docking procedures and enjoy your visit.
Falcon Delacey, Kilo, Yankee, Lima. Request docking clearance.
Request done.
Request approved. Set down on landing pad 39er.
Copy, 39er. You're down?
Deploying landing modules.
Was he generating the fireworks through his own equipment, or generating the fireworks through somebody else inducing them?
Docking restraints engaged. Enjoy your visit, Commander.
Okay, it cost me 1,200 credits in ammo, for which I received... 625 grand. That is a good return on investment. All right, let's see here. Let's pull out the Doom Taxi. Judicially distributed fireworks. Nice. Nice, I can get behind that. Okay, why can't I... Oh, right. Because I've got limpets on board. Actually, let's check the mission board before I switch out ships and see what's available. Not terribly exciting today, are you guys? That's doing well. Maybe that's why I should name my Fer-de-Lance. Name it the Doom Taxi. Alright, the passenger lounge. What do you guys want? Well, some high influence there. Good influence there. Going to Harangue. Wongarateri. Alright, new plan. Does the Cucamulus have enough room? Because I really don't want to take out the Beluga. Oh, it's Brera Base. There are better things to do on a stream than fly people 300,000 light seconds. We're gonna do those things. So we're not going to Brera Base, because I have a strong urge to maintain my sanity at the moment. Not always there, but today it is. That's not set for content, that's set for dead air. I'm not flying to Hutton. There's not enough zeros. Well, okay, I take that back. There certainly are enough zeros to pay me, but you'd have to add a lot of them. The Mr. Moo radio show. Anybody else going to Wongarateri? Anybody? Anybody? You? No. Yes. But it's Narvert Purple Power Solutions. Screw those guys.
Incoming mission critical message.
Oh, now what? 2 tourists. How much trouble could you be in? Hostile ships have been sent against you in an effort to cause my people harm. Gear up.
Detach confirmed. Watch for oncoming traffic when passing through the
The hell kind of tour group did I just pick up?
All clear. Flight control out.
Jump.
Jumping.
Lights on.
Lights on.
I was telling somebody else this. The first time I took the Doom Taxi out for a spin, I had a tour group, and I had a group of rebels, both going to the same place. And I was just imagining, what kind of funny conversation do you get in the cabin there? So are you going to the hot springs? Yes, after we filled it with the blood of the ruling class. Oh, that's, And then a dozen hands reach for the Reach for the flight attendant call button at the same time. Bong! Though also there's the whole fact that this is a very, very well-armed passenger ship. Folks, this is your captain speaking. Hope you're enjoying the complimentary in-flight beverage, but, you know, I just spotted a big bounty up on my scopes, and flying you people is just kind of a side job, so I've turned on the fasten seatbelt light. It's not a suggestion. IG combat maneuvering commences in 10 seconds. Well, who's gonna try to interdict me here? It's you, isn't it? I'm going to be hyperdicted by a beluga. Is it you? Oh. Though you're wanted. Utopian Overseer, Utopian Overseer. Oh. You know, I bet what happened, if I just had to make a wild guess. That person that said commencing interdiction. FDL, better try to interdict it. Famous last words. Yes, along with I'm invincible. They can't hurt me at this dis. And... why, yes. I think I would like the, overdraft protection. Ifren Naim. If I had to make a wild guess... I'm just speculating here. That happened pretty quick. I am betting that they tried to acquire me the moment I jumped in system. And I am betting that they flew themselves into the star. They tried to interdict me, and they flew into the star. Ah! Yeah, I'm just gonna say I've got a really good radio scanner and decryption gear on board. That's my story, and I am sticking to it. I mean, as kitted out as this thing is, I forget which Star Wars novel it was, but it involved a Imperial ship scanning the Falcon and getting a rundown of all the equipment. And the rundown read, modified, and then another piece of equipment.
Commander, what are your orders?
Scan detected.
I'm sorry, what? Balance.
Power balanced.
I'm sorry, what?
Under attack. Target shields offline. Target destroyed. Scan detected. Frameshift charge detected.
Nope.
Target shields offline.
Now then, where was I? Chemical processors, heat conduction wiring. Nothing I really need. So yeah, where was I? Running down the Falcon in the scan. And the parts list basically read as modified. Next one read as heavily modified. And the next one read as illegally modified. And that's about where I'm at on this ship right now, if I had to make a guess. So yeah, I got attacked by a harmless eagle. Then again, it was only 2 tourists on kind of a low-budget trip, so... Enjoy the fireworks, guys. Complimentary.
Orbital flight engaged.
A quartet of eagles. I could probably shake more change out of my couch. But, hey, bonus is a bonus. Rule of Mercenaries number 37? I think I want to say 37. There is no such thing as overkill. There is only open fire and reload. You're down?
The gear is down and
Morgan Peterson,
locked.
Kilo,
Engines.
Yankee, Lima. Welcome,
Power
Commander.
diverted to engines.
Submit a docking request before entering the port. Docking request approved. Plot route for approach to landing pad 07.
Now, real pirates have more than one trigger. Now, I would just love 1 or 2 more triggers. That way I could, vary my weapons load a little bit. I mean, not on this ship, of course, because this ship's weapons load is spectacular.
You're on the deck. Clear to disembark. It's good to have you with us.
So, 339 credits worth of ammunition spent for 23 grand. Ammunition is like the most solid investment you can make. Especially if it's depleted uranium or tungsten. Can't get much more solid. 7 tourists seeking transport. Well, it's 500 grand. $69.43. How far away? 3,300 light seconds. Wait, that's heavy. We're in Wongaturu. That one. Yeah, that's another good reason to go PC with, you know, all the variations on. Let me guess. Let me just take a wild... No, actually. Huh. So you want to go to a close station? It's close. Price is right. You just hired yourself a ship. You're up.
Gear coming up.
Ship disengaged. Your way is clear for departure. Port perimeter exceeded. Traffic operations signing off.
Can I clear the horizon? Yes, I can. Jump.
Engaging jump.
Folks, this is your captain speaking. We're going to be going to hyperspace and clearing this mountain range by about, 20 meters. Ermagerd Inheritance. I plead the fifth. I've done similar. Actually, something I did and I didn't even realize. So, the other night I watched The Orville. And I actually thought it was kind of good. I mean, it wasn't... Imagine that, a Fox show being mismarketed. I thought it was going to be Family Guy in space or something like that, which I wasn't interested in. But I started reading reviews, and people were saying it's more like a lighthearted TNG. So, gave it a look, gave it a try. That maneuver they pull in the end where they're docking a shuttle that had a dead stick shuttle by bringing the ship around so it's the hangars in line with the shuttle's flight path. I've pulled that off before. Here in Elite, I had a fighter that lost its engines. I was able to correct the tumble by just kind of letting it bump into me. Then I flew ahead of it and dropped the hangar bay. So I will brag about that. Actually, no, show's not that bad. I mean, pilot episode, first season, kind of roughness to it, but I think I'll give it another go.
Orbital flight engaged.
You can really tell that Seth MacFarlane wanted to make a Star Trek series. Pity, no hostile ships. Well, I can't exactly argue with that. It's true, he kind of does want to do every genre. But he's a self-proclaimed Star Trek superfan, so he really wanted to do a Star Trek series. Zorgon Peterson, Kilo, Yankee Lima, request docking clearance.
Logan Peterson, Kilo
Requesting
Yankee
docking
Lima.
clearance.
Be aware of local gravitational conditions when approaching this facility, Commander.
Ah,
Flight
0.58 G, a little heavier than usual.
Request approved. Set down on landing pad 06.
Scan detected.
Copy 06. Gear down.
Down and locked.
Yep, come on. Come on, bring it back around. There we go. Sorry folks, crosswinds.
Contact. Clear to disembark. Welcome to the port, Commander.
Okay, everybody out. Cross gravity. There you go. Thermic alloys. Alright. Anybody else? Anybody need a Doom taxi? No. Screw y'all. To the pit with all of you. And now for a little Viking departure. You're up.
Detach confirmed. Make way for oncoming
You're up.
traffic.
Retracting landing gear.
Clear of the port perimeter. Flight control out.
The story I heard about that was a Air National Guard F-15 pilot at a I forget the name of the airport, but it was one of those shared. It was an airport mixed with a Air National Guard base, and the pilot had requested takeoff clearance. And the tower kept refusing him because of traffic in the area. And finally said, okay, look, if you can get to 15,000 feet, if you can get airborne before the halfway point on the runway, we'll let you go. Pilot's like, Roger Tower, rolling. Hits the afterburners and manages to do a full Viking departure where he just gets it up enough airspeed and goes straight vertical. And the tower couldn't do a thing about it because he had fulfilled all the requirements. And he went up to 15,000 feet and he was not moving on their radar scopes. No, no horizontal movement, whatever. He was going straight vertical. Anybody? Anybody? Uneventful when you're flying a Fertile Ants. Maybe I ought to pull out that beluga. Just for some fun. That's a bad angle to land at. That's, how'd that work out? I mean, taking off from that angle is just fine. Landing at that angle is not recommended.
Kilo Yankee Lima. Please approach the station at a safe speed and be mindful of other pilots in the area. Request approved. Set down on landing pad 07.
Copy 07. You're down.
Deploying landing gear.
Alright, we're here. Come on, guys. Give me something a little bit more exciting, please.
Report to station services for more information, Commander.
There's got to be somebody here. Well, shit. That's no good, Elda. January 1st, 5 a.m. Get a call. We've approximately 350 meters of debris to pick up, and we have to do it now. That's not what you want. Damn it, now they want to pay me 1.4 million to send... Oh. I don't want to go to Brera Base. We live in Norway. Okay. Yes. Yes, it is. And 46, 71, 151, 304. No. No, we're not going there. What's the mission board say? Anything? Pirates? Something? Assassinate a pirate lord. I can do that. Actually, just to make sure, because the Pirate Lord is probably going to have pirate friends, and the pirate friends are probably going to be attacking some poor pirate victim. So, let's scale up the Doom Taxi a little bit. El Danny. Alright. Alright, gotcha. That's Spanish for the Danny. No, I don't want outfitting. There. Multilingual punning. Alright. 4 tons of limpets. Melanie, you're up. You're up.
Landing gear up.
Detach confirmed. Restrict speed until clear of the station perimeter.
Ah, gotcha. Gonna bump that a little bit because not Fer-de-Lance. One of these days, I am going to depart this Anaconda without scraping paint.
Have a safe trip, Commander.
But today is not that day. I'm sure that's probably a violation of the station flight restrictions, but I am staying within the letter of the law, if not the spirit.
Incoming mission critical message.
Alright, where are ya?
Fuel scooping.
Target's last known location, Humpai AB1. Oh no. No, 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 no. I hate you. I hate you all. Right, so anybody got cards? Or another game? Maybe I should pop into Borderlands for a little bit. Wouldn't that just confuse the hell out of Twitch? The Mr. Moo radio show! Oh, I worked radio. I worked radio from 1996 to 2003, 2004. High school and a little bit of college. And, well, a little bit of high school, a little bit of college. And little tiny radio station up in North Iowa. And I got the job because the last person had kind of freaked out when they shouldn't have been freaking out. Been about a severe weather going through the area, and the last thing you want a broadcaster to do when they are trying to convey information is scream, "We are all going to die," into an open microphone when there's a tornado in the area. Oh, the station was interesting, but there was an old TV sitcom called WKRP in Cincinnati, and it was, let me tell you right now, that show was not a sitcom, and it was not a comedy. It was a documentary. This is what radio folks are like. I know. I've worked with them. I was one of them. They were my people. When it's 7 p.m. on a Sunday night and nobody else is in the station, and you get a call that, so-and-so equipment is down, the satellite feed is off, and you have to go in, and the station engineer is currently 500 miles away in North Dakota, and you have to call him up, and he talks you over rewiring a satellite feed and bypassing whatever equipment needed bypassing, because the station had equipment that was antiquated during the Truman administration. Got stuff that, yeah, what's the date on that? 39. And you're trying to hook this up into you're trying to get this to interface with our computers? Yeah. Okay. Vacuum tubes everywhere, because they are a little bit more rugged out in the middle of a North Iowa winter, which, while not nearly as bad as a Norwegian winter, can still reach that place where Fahrenheit and Celsius kind of merge. But I could see the writing on the wall. I knew things were going bad when they started selling off the office furniture to make payroll. They were losing listeners because it was a top 40 station, and a top 40 station is basically a dozen hits played over and over again for a month. But yeah, started losing listenership, go figure. So they were trying to sell more advertising to make up for the loss. Well, when you got a dozen hits played over and over in a day, and your advertising is 35 minutes per hour of commercials, you lose even more listeners. Go figure. Alright, on approach to Humpai AB1. Find me a pirate. Set 3-2.
Diverting power to requested system.
Correction. Split 3-2.
Loading requested configuration.
Well, it didn't help much either that my shift, I actually controlled 3 separate radio stations every Saturday and Sunday morning. 5 a.m. to noon. KLSS, KYTC, and KRIB. Only person there, and so I was running back and forth for, 7 hours every morning, Saturday and Sunday morning, get up at 4 a.m., go out to the station, just start running back and forth, because all the stations had their own separate controls and nothing was intermingled. And then occasionally stay later for another 4 or 5 hours because, yeah, it was an experience, I'll give it that. Then during high school wrestling season, stay up another 4 or 5 hours to cover a wrestling meet. And I am sorry, there are a few sports that you can cover over radio, but wrestling is not one of them. Yeah, radio broadcasting and art gallery. That's an apt comparison. Then again, I grew up in North Iowa, which was a major weirdness magnet. Oh, it was strange. I mean, when the people in your high school, when you have a classmate whose father orders him to run down a sheriff's deputy with a combine, and he actually tries it, what other stories can you tell? No, it actually involved some feuding, a couple of feuding families, like Hatfields and McCoys, only, you know, dumber. Where is this guy? Let's see here.
Mission objective detected.
There you are. Alright, a Threat 1 pirate. Son of a motherless goat. Do I even...
Further instructions.
Do I even need the fighter? Probably not. Oh my god, really? Neil? Neil, come on, we gotta talk about some poor life choices you're making here, man.
Target shields offline.
Good talk.
Target destroyed. Incoming mission critical message.
Damn it, Neil. I flew all this way to blow the hell out of a Cobra
Picking
3,
up a distress signal.
piloted by an idiot? Okay, Carl, help's on the way.
Programming limpet drone.
I don't even know what you're in trouble with. He didn't even get a shot at you. This is why I should have stuck with the bounty hunter's life instead of trying to be a respectable citizen.
Frameshift charge detected.
And that's how I spell relief. Alright, back to Narvert. So no, one more story, and then we'll get landed and get, wrap things up for the day. So no, here's the story of my family. Well, not my family. No, this was not my family. This is just where my family lived in the area. This is back in 2002, and it is North Iowa. Major weirdness territory. We're talking X-Files. We're talking banjo music, whatever. Story involves a long-ass feud between two families. You got one that prefers horse-drawn implements and wagons, and the other one preferring more modern means. And shit literally flew from time to time because they were having manure spreader wars. The deputies kept getting called in for various harassment complaints on both sides, like his horses crapped on the road in front of our house, and they drove their pickups too fast by our house. And not a whole lot to be done other than repeated warnings of, knock this shit off. So the local police chief of Norris Springs, Iowa, we're modern, gets called in. There's been a complaint that Virgil and Billy got to driving the minivan too fast, trying to spook the horses, and purposely blew gravel all over them on top of it. Police chief tracks him down. Pa Virgil is still driving the minivan. He's got his son Billy in the combine. Virgil gets pissed and decided he doesn't need to have to answer to no dadgum city lawman, and rams the police cruiser with the minivan, then tells Billy to run him down with the combine. Billy, with all the critical thinking skills an atrophied brainstem can muster, immediately starts up the combine and tries to run the chief down. Chief calls for backup. 2 county sheriff's departments send a deputy each. Meanwhile, the hole-in-the-head gangs made good their getaway and escaped to their hideout, and were unprepared for more police to come knocking. Virgil puts up a brief struggle before the fight manages to bang 2 brain cells together, and he realizes the cops are getting a little tired of his shit and have weapons. He gets shoved into the cruiser while Billy attempts to escape on the combine. One deputy sidesteps the combine, gets a hand on the ladder, and Billy throws it into reverse. So yes, now he is dragging a cop along, trying to get him under the tires. Either him or another deputy get up the ladder, open the door, and fill the cab with pepper spray. Billy jumps out the other side of the cab and runs away, with one deputy chasing after him, leading to the deputy getting caught up in a barbed wire fence and earning a hospital visit. Virgil, on the other hand, has come to the conclusion of, they haven't shot me yet. I am invincible! Kicks out the window of the cruiser, gets all of 10 feet, and gets told he can ride in the car or get tied to the roof. He surrenders and stops being a dumbass for the day. Billy gets found shortly thereafter hiding in some abandoned wreck, and in a public statement says, "We didn't do anything wrong." They both get suspended sentences, and Virgil gets fined a couple $100. Forget it, Jake. It's Farmer Town. Engines.
Diverting power to requested system.
And that is the place that I was born and raised. I am amazed I got out of there in the condition I did. Which is to say, intact with all my teeth.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
I don't know, if I tried to sell some of this as a screenplay, I'd probably get laughed out of town. We can combine it with my dad's fireworks experience. Horus Cannon experience, which I've already mentioned. Yeah, blew the back end off and dug a hole in our driveway. Written and produced by... Also starring Adam Sandler.
Delay Kilo Yankee Lima. Welcome to this independent station, Commander. Please fly safely during arrival and departure. Access granted. Cleared for landing on docking bay 2-5.
Copy 2-5. Now, I've just got a funny feeling of what's going to happen here when I get docked and when I turn this mission in. I'm a little worried. I just got a funny feeling here. You're down?
Landing gear deployed.
Kevin James is the police chief. You're scaring me here, people. You're scaring me.
Landing complete. Docking restraints engaged.
Okay, any bounties? No, it's all in that other system, which, hey, I gotta fly back if I want to claim it. How about no? Okay, Silas, what do you got? Actually, mission accomplished. I've gotten too many missions from this guy where he's like, congratulations on blowing up that pirate. Unfortunately, that is not the pirate we wanted you to take out. How many pirates are in this system? Anyway, another successful adventure. The ship didn't blow up. I made cash. All is right with the world. Also 60 grand there, so the Alliance gets a little bit more rep and influence in the local area. Where are we at here? 63% and hopefully climbing. That's going to do it for me. Unfortunately, been going for a little over 2 hours. Got some, well, unfortunately, got some other stuff to do. The real world, the big blue room, errands, dealing with cats, etc. But I'll try to be back on Friday. No promises, but I'm going to try to make this a Monday, Wednesday, Friday thing. And, yeah, hope to see you all there. Remember to fly safe. If you can't fly safe, fly dangerous. If you can't fly safe and you can't fly dangerous, don't run over law enforcement officers with heavy farm equipment. Pro tip. Take care, everybody, and thank you for coming out, spending time with me. Be back soon. Take care.